did this exact same interview that we're doing right now in 2016. And at the time you had partially retired.
Right.
And you were coming pretty much on a weekly basis still and helping us with weddings and stuff like that. So, and the other day I got to thinking about how it was amazing that still here, 7-8 years later, you're still coming back and helping us through the really busy times. And it just, I don't know, just seems really special. And I thought it'd be fun to go over this exact same interview to see how your perspective has changed in that time frame. So, anyway, so here we go.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So, how long have you worked at Gillespie Florists, or what year did you start?
I started in 1991.
Okay.
And I worked 32 years so far.
So far, that's right. Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
And enjoy it all. I love coming back. Of course, that goes on down in the other question, so I won't get ahead of myself.
Okay. Yeah.
So it just doesn't seem like it's been that long.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
No.
So, but of course, for me, I grew up with you.
Yeah, you were tiny when I started.
Yeah, yeah. So for me, you're like a part of my family, and a lot of the designers and stuff that have been here through years, like Patsy was one that really felt like I had a whole different set of moms.
Right.
Yeah. So which is really special. I mean, who gets to say that? Who gets to say that they have more than enough moms?
That's right.
Not hardly anybody. So
that's right.
Did you start out as a designer or in another position?
Not originally. When I started out, it was 1979, and I worked for Hendricks County Florist in Plainfield, and he was a good friend of mine, and he asked me one day at church, he said, would you be interested in helping us at the shop for a little while? And I said, well, what do you want me to do? Because I had no experience. He said, well, I need somebody to deliver. And I said, sure, I'll help. Yeah. So I went in, and I was making $2 an hour.
Oh my gosh.
Delivering flowers just for 2 or 3 hours, because he had somebody else that did it in between that.
Okay.
And so that's all I did. And never realizing that it was going to turn into a real job where I was really working and learning a business, and it was great. It just worked right in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so you are now retired, and I would say from the last interview I said partially retired. I feel like now you're more officially retired.
Right.
But you still come back from time to time to help us, and you could be on a beach somewhere.
That's true.
But you still choose to come help us instead. Why is that?
My husband and I traveled for 20 years. Most of those were the winters in the South, and then we did in the summertime here. We traveled a lot of places. Like we've been in all corners of the United States just about, which was a lot of fun. And he kind of wanted to settle down, so we kind of last couple of years we didn't do anything. I missed it, but he hasn't. So I learned to design from Richard, who owned the flower shop there.
Hendricks County.
Yes,
Yeah.
but most of my learning was watching what other people did.
Oh, that's cool.
And he was especially a great designer.
Yeah.
And so I kind of cloned him.
Yeah.
With what he did. And I can remember one time he went on vacation, I had to do a casket spray. It took me like 3 hours. But I got it done and it was fine. But I'd never done it before.
Yeah.
But it was, and then when I came here, then your dad took over the position,
Yeah.
and I learned more here. But I've always thought you never are too young or too old to not learn. You can always learn.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't fortunate enough to ever see Richard's design work. I wonder if anybody has pictures or anything. I'd be interested to see.
Oh, I don't know, but he was a lot like your dad's.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He really was. I can tell you this story. You can take it out if you want. But before I came here, when I was hired, they told me that I had to be careful with your dad because whatever I did, he would come and take it apart because it wouldn't be exactly like he wanted. But he never took any of my pieces apart.
Oh wow! Okay.
So that was an experience.
Yeah, that's a mark.
I felt honored.
Yeah, no, that's a mark of a good designer, and he trusted your work.
Yeah.
So, because I've seen him do that. I've famously seen him go up to people's arrangements and shake it as hard as he could, and they just fell apart.
I know.
It's very frustrating. frustrating to be the designer who just worked so hard on that and for him to do that.
And I've seen him do it, although it never happened to me, but I
Yeah.
did see him do it
Yeah.
more than once.
Yep, I have too over the
Mhm.
years. But no, you're right. That is a mark that him showing you
Right.
in his way that
Right.
he trusted your design work and
Right.
he thought you were a good designer. So
And his way was the right way.
yeah, well,
Whether some other designers think so or not, it really was.
yeah, that's funny. Okay, so what holidays are your favorite?
Actually, Christmas is my favorite holiday.
Okay, yeah,
But my favorite thing that I like to do here is the proms and the weddings and things.
yeah. Yeah, I would have to say too that for Christmas for me, because the smell of the pine
Yes.
when you walk in the store every day is smelling that. I really enjoy that, but
Mhm.
I don't enjoy the sticky fingers. So
That can be bad.
Yeah.
But that's like me. I love the smell of the pines and the greenery.
yeah,
And it just stays. You know,
Yeah.
you go home smelling like it.
yeah. Now you know when that first shipment of pine comes in, you can as soon as you walk in the door, you know it's like, oh, it's arrived.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's for sure.
So what do you like to design the most? Funeral, wedding, prom, plants, or
Actually, I like to do the corsages and the weddings.
do you? Okay.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
do. That's my favorite thing.
Well, you're very good at it, and you're very fast. So
Not as fast as I used to be, but
I think you're pretty fast. So, well, actually, speaking of prom, I was thinking this morning about us talking today, and I remember, and this is like not just one time; it's many times that I've come to you during the prom season, and I needed to maybe wire a dendrobium orchid or do something with Alstro, and I've always been able to come to you and ask you for help, and you've always helped me and shown me how to do that, and that is very special to me because you can't ask for help of every designer.
No,
Some
I know.
designers, they do not have time for you, and that's something that I was thinking about today that I cherish, that I know that you always took that time with me, whether you were busy or not. So I really,
well, I'm glad you appreciated it.
yeah, I do. And I know if I needed help today, you would help me today.
I would.
So,
I would.
yeah. So
That's just like when they come back at prom season and they've made a mistake. Somebody's made a mistake in their corsage, and it could have been me.
yeah.
You know, whoever made the mistake, it was done honestly,
Yeah.
not on purpose. And they need everything done to it. And whoever does the counter doesn't think you can do it. And I've heard them from over the years, get not too nice with customers for that. But
Yeah.
that they are the customer, and if it wasn't done like they wanted, then it has to be changed. Whether it's make it over,
Yeah.
or whether it's just add something or take something out.
Yeah.
And you just got to be pleasant as you can.
Yeah. Yep. No, you're right. I mean, it is all about the customer. So
Right.
I do think sometimes we get so busy we forget. We forget that we're all here because of the customer at the front
That's
counter.
right.
So if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, and I've
So-
always told the girls that when I've worked with them, different people, if I'm out front or something, when I
Mhm.
used to be a lot, the customer is always right. And if they come in grumpy and grouchy and they're not satisfied, then by the time they leave the door, you should have them in a smile.
Yeah. Well, we can definitely try. But I think we do a pretty good job.
I think we do too.
Yeah.
I think we really do.
What is your favorite experience or memory while working at Gillespie Florist?
I think probably my favorite memory is my retirement.
Yeah.
When I retired, Patsy took me out on a drive to help her with somebody's flowers or something.
Yeah.
And we never did find them. And by the time she kept driving around, I can't remember now why she told me she had to do that. Something wasn't ready.
Yeah.
So, and I never even thought, I'm so blunt, I never even thought anything about it. When we got back here, the whole area was filled with family and friends and workers that I'd worked with in the past.
Oh, that's
and,
cool.
and just everybody. It was just so enjoyable. It was my favorite time.
Oh, that's
That
cool.
one really was.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they handled it really well because it was a
Did they?
complete surprise.
Was
I
it?
had no idea.
That's cool. Well, if anybody could pull that off, it'd be Patsy.
She was good at it.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. Okay, do you think flowers are important to have in a person's life, and for what reasons?
Yes, definitely. I think flowers are very important to have in a person's life. when you get flowers, even me, I work with them. I still enjoy getting flowers. You know, it just makes you happy. It makes you feel good. You know, if you've had a bad day and you're down, or you're just not feeling good, you're hurting, and you get some flowers, it'll change your whole attitude. Sorry, in a few minutes. You know, it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
And I love, that was one thing I liked when I delivered.
Yeah.
Because I loved giving people flowers. They were always so happy.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's one of my favorite things too.
Yeah.
I really love delivering flowers. So yeah, that's always a fun experience.
Yes.
Especially during COVID, I got to deliver a lot of flowers, and even though it'd be contactless, I would wait. I would put it on their porch and I'd wait for them to come out to make sure they got it, and they would just holler from their porches, "Thank you," you know, because we were all we had no contact with anybody, so that was really special. So,
yeah. But it's wonderful that you could do that, because I wondered how you were doing it.
Yeah, no, we did, and it was a process learning how we could do it and do it safely. But you know, the people who got flowers just. I think it made a world of difference to them for sure, because everybody's just locked up in their homes and they couldn't go anywhere. So.
Yeah, I know it did, because we had a few people that were seriously ill that I had sent flowers to. They lived in other states, and they just never appreciated anything anymore than getting those flowers.
Yeah, so do you have anything else to say about being a florist or working in the floral industry or anything like that?
Well, I've been in the floral business for 44 years.
I'd read it.
And I really thank God for all that He's helped me to learn, and all that He's helped me to do. And the strength He has given me to even now be able to come and continue doing it and still feel good.
Yeah.
You know, and I enjoy it. I enjoy you people. I enjoy being around you. All of it, even all the girls. Yeah. Even though some of them I don't know really well. Yeah. I still do. Yeah. And I enjoy that. I enjoy doing that a lot. And I've done just about everything there is to do. I've done funerals. I've done weddings. I've done parties.
You've delivered. You've helped.
I've delivered.
You've helped customers.
Yeah.
You know, you've I'm sure run the store I think you weren't you managing?
I did.
This location when we called it like CG. Mm-hmm. So yes. You managed this one. You probably managed Hendricks County too.
Well, I only helped them if they needed help.
Okay.
This is the store I was really at.
Okay. So you've really. Is there anything you haven't done?
No.
You've processed
I bought
flowers.
I did a flower buying thing.
Yeah.
For a while, and.
Yeah, so
that wasn't my favorite thing.
Yeah, I can understand that. The only time I've had to buy flowers is when Sarah was on vacation, and I did not enjoy it.
It's really hard to figure out how many. And if you don't get enough, you're in trouble. If you get too many, you're in trouble.
Or if you pay too much.
Right.
You know. Right. So yeah, there's a lot of variables. Yeah, I don't like doing that either. But you've done it all though. That's
yes, I don't think there's anything I haven't done. Even swept the floor.
Yeah.
You know. Nothing's beyond you when you work at a florist.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, any job should be that way.
Well, any job should be, but I do feel like at a flower shop, it doesn't matter which one you're at, where you have to be willing to wear multiple hats.
That's very true. That's very true.
So
anyway, but the flower shop that I work with first was a very pleasant place to work. They were family owned. And all the workers there, and some of them that worked there with me, so I knew them ahead of time. Yeah. And I loved that because of that. And they run their business just like a family. They cared for everyone. Every customer was somebody that they cared about, and you could tell it when they waited on them and when they took care of them. Yeah. And the same thing is, I think the same thing is here. Yeah. That it's the same thing here. This is a family-owned business. I mean, it came from your grandparents. Do you know when they had their first shop?
Well, Grandpa Jim bought it from his Aunt Clara. So that'd be my great Aunt Clara. Right. So, and that was I think they made the purchase in 1960. So that's when it and that's where on the website and stuff like that we say, even though the flower shop itself has been around since 1895, that we say 1960 because that's when it came into our little family nucleus, So yeah, and that was the one at I think it was 2401 West Washington Street was the original.
Okay, yeah, because it was in closer to town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But I just, to end, my feelings are just, I think a family that cares about their business and their customers is a loving family, and that's the way it should be. And customers feel that.
Yeah.
Because I know, I hear people talk about, that shop I used to work at, it is so nice. We just love going there. They do this and they do that. And,
yeah.
And it's like when a customer walks in or somebody walks in on the street and all they have is a question. So answer their question, and they appreciate it so much and they'll come back.
Yeah. Yeah, they will.
So, and it's like the proms. I've always been taught that you take care of the prom kids and their parents will come back.
Yeah, they will.
So it works, it works like that. But friendly employees who are all eager to help their customers is what we have.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always worked with.
Yeah.
Once in a while you get one that's not, but
yeah,
they either go by the wayside or they learn.
Yeah, they do.
Some people are learnable.
Yeah. Well, I would say too, when there's times like this at Valentine's Day, there are high stresses that occur.
Yes, definitely.
And so there might be missteps, but we try to correct it. But it's having somebody like you around who has that mentality of we got to take care of our customers, we got to do what's right for them, and you help show them how to be and how to act, and how to pitch in, and I feel like that you are the foundation, along with Sarah and Dwayne, hardworking designers who show that hey, if we can dig in and do it, you can too.
I think you're exactly right.
Yeah.
I really do. Yeah. But it's a great place to work, and I love it. And I still love coming back.
Yeah. Every time I see that you're in here, I get so happy. I'm so happy that you come back. I am so happy you are crazy enough to come back and join us again. So, okay. Well, thank you very much. I want to have
All right.
Thank you very much. I
I
really
love you.
appreciate it. I love you too.